Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Glad to have you here today. We have a Empire on Dwarf matchup again with, again, just bringing my steam tank. I'm trying to see if there's a Dwarf army that can kind of beat this setup. And just to go over it again, we got a main line of swordsmen here. We got 5, we got 2 spearmen on each side, each vetted up to 1. We have 2 handgunners, Empire Captain and General of the Empire. We have a Warrior Priest. We have a Jade Wizard, and we have a Steam Tank, um, as well as Empire Knights far out to each flank, and you can see I'm spread out nice and wide because I was kind of expecting a Dwarven artillery rush, but that is not the case. This is a all melee rush, 4 Slayers, one of which is the Dragonback Slayer, so very worried about them. 4 Dwarf Warriors, a Longbeard on each side, Warriors of Dragonfire Pass, 2 Longbeards with great weapons, a Thane, and a Rune Lord. So he's going to be rushing up here, and I'm going to be moving my Steam Tank out to the side to get some nice flanking shots to try and hit as much as possible with the cannon while they come into range of the Steam Tank. You can see I also deployed very far back, so that is going to be helping me here. As my cannon shots continue to come in, you can see I've already left a couple of dwarves dead behind. But I'm going to need to kill a lot of these dwarves if I'm going to win this battle. Because this army is not built to counter a dwarven melee rush. The Flock of Doom would actually be really good at this point. But I opted for the Jade Wizard instead because you can see nice blocky formations here. I would have been able to do a lot of damage to the main line and then also the Slayers as they ran in behind. So if you just like dropped it right here, they'd all run in. Got some Slayers there and doing some good damage to the Longbeards. But really my main problem is these Slayers. I really have nothing on the field that can kill them, because the Slayers are going to be very good against my swordsmen and my spearmen, and they're going to be able to catch my handgunners. So definitely when I saw this army, definitely worried. Again, just more cannon shots. Poor, expensive, not expensive Dwarf Warriors. I really should be targeting the Longbeards, but I thought they were. Oh god, just sent dwarves flying. There goes a dwarf. I'm kind of posturing here with my Empire Knights, trying to see if there's anything else around here, like hidden rangers or anything. But seeing this army, I didn't think there was, because it's all so expensive. Now my Steam Tank has a nice flanking shot. I wonder what I'm shooting at now. I think I'm trying to... Oh, I'm doing damage to these Longbeards with great weapons. It's a good target. Also should probably be shooting these guys and the Slayers with my handgunners, or getting flanking shots into the shielded infantry. My Empire Knights here are going to come in for a nice charge on this side. Try and get out before the Slayers can come. You can see he's going to countercharge. Bad idea. These guys have charge defense against large, but only if they're bracing. Here it's going to be silly. I'm not going to be able to pull out for some reason. So the Slayers are going to catch a couple of them. But you can see here, I'm just trying to split up his army here with this attack. Get some of his units to keep advancing, and some to not. So my handgunners here, I'm forming a nice little kill box with my handgunners in the hinges almost. I'm going to come in here for a quick charge on the Rune Lord, try and put some early damage on him. But then I'm going to get out of there. I don't want my guys to get caught down in this fight, especially with the Thane nearby. I just want to move on, and I want to start helping some of these side fights. I'm also just worried about the Slayers catching up. You can see here my artillery shooting at these Warriors of Dragonfire Pass, and my handgunners are going to be opening fire. Though they do have shields, so they're not going to do too much damage. My spearmen over here, definitely going to lose this fight. Have to support them. There's a lot more money here between the Longbeards and the Longbeards with great weapons for my enemy than for me. So I'm definitely going to lose that fight if I can't do anything. Steam tank still firing. Doing some good damage. I should have gotten counter charges here, but I was microing everything else. Definitely a mistake. Here my Empire Knights are going to get a nice rear charge into these dwarves. Really only do the mass damage, but it is going to be significant. Over here I brought my Empire Knights in to do some rear charges. Some of them got caught again. My heroes coming in here for a quick charge. My steam tank firing still, dealing some good damage to my friendly troops. Here I was trying to get him to shoot at the Rune Lord, but it wasn't working. So I should be trying to move him about soon. Now they're going to be firing at these Dwarf Warriors. Not the best target, but it'll have to do. Again, more rear charges coming in. Trying to support these spearmen, hammer and anviling. And I'm going to bring my hero squad in here to help. You can see my swordsmen here getting torn apart by these Dragonback Slayers. Not the fight they're going to want. But my handgunners have a nice shot into these Dwarf Warriors. So you can see my main line here falling apart. Really not able to do much against the just massive armored infantry and the killing power that is in the Slayers. So I'm getting a little worried at this point. Trying to move my handgunners. Nice column charge into these Longbeards with great weapons. Trying to get them off the field. They're just being stubborn because they have that encourage trait, so they're pretty good on their own. Though here they are going to be, with the terror, it's going to do some damage. Here I'm going to try and bring my Empire Knights in to help these handgunners who are going to get caught. Just trying to do as much damage, but the dwarves are too fast, especially when they have their charge animation, and my handgunners, really the central damage-dealing portion of this army is going to get caught and murdered by these Slayers very quickly. You see how fast they're dropping, but I am going to get a nice charge here into the back where they don't have charge defense against large. Do some good damage, bring my heroes in, I need to get these Slayers off the field somehow. Nice shot there from the cannon. My handgunners over here, still helping. And my Jade Wizard sitting somewhere safe. I have a ton of magic left. My heroes and my steam tank have not taken any damage yet. So I need to be careful with him and not let him get caught by Slayers and other stuff. But I'm busy microing elsewhere. So here you can see my spearmen finally falling apart, even with the support of all those units. I've had to move away so many times that the spearmen are still going to lose. Dwarf Warriors and Longbeards are definitely great infantry and pretty self-sufficient. Here I miss micro my Warrior Priest. He's just alone in the middle. Everybody else is routed. My handgunners over here are going to be chased by some Slayers. And I'm going to bring my steam tank in to try and save them. Try and do some damage. I think I have so much support around here, I'm going to be able to deal with these Slayers, and they're not too much of a danger to my steam tank. So here we got kind of two fights. Mostly my heroes on this side, and my steam tank, and my wizard on that side. And I really just have to win over here. But I have a lot of large units, and he's got a lot of Slayers, so not ideal. You can see my Empire Captain here trying to get out, but he's very tired. He doesn't have much mass, and he's not going to be able to escape from this horde. So I think I'm just going to retarget him to keep doing some damage soon. My handgunners do come back, though, so I'm going to get some nice shots into the back. I think I'm targeting the Slayers, or at least I should be, and I'm moving in my reserves. I'm running away with my steam tank, and I'm bringing my Jade Wizard out to try and get some spells cast over here where the healing is needed. Not really needed over here because it does not resurrect models. Something definitely to be aware of. Nice charge there from my general as these dwarves try and kill off my heroes. But you can see upgraded Earthblood is going to go off on my Warrior Priest, my Empire Captain, and my General of the Empire. So I'm going to get this guy back in here to try and take advantage of that healing. I'm going to be shooting up these Dwarf Warriors. And you can see I've just ran away completely. Oh god, missed micro. I could have totally turned around, shot these 5 Slayers. They're going to bowl my guys over. Maybe I'll bring my Empire Knights in there. You can see this force of his heroes and some remaining dwarves is trying to catch up, but the steam tank is just so much faster. And so we're putting some good damage on this, while a lot of his high-value targets are not being used, and especially not being buffed by the Rune Lord. Definitely very important that these guys are... that Rune of Wrath and Rune is not going off and that these troops are not getting the morale and attack bonuses of Thorgrim. Um, yeah, now there's no more Longbeards here, so the Encourage aura is gone, which is good. Terror of the Steam Tank, Terror of the General. You can see even with the constant healing, my guys are still going down because they're fighting Slayers, something they really should not be fighting as large units. So they're taking a ton of damage, and I think Earthblood, at least soon, his healing will be exhausted for the Empire Captain. You can see these Dragonback Slayers trying to make it to the handgunners. We'll see if we can stop them. They do have a slight missile block chance because they like whirl their axes in front of them as they charge, and so they kind of block it with their dwarven steel. But really, there's just too much here. They get caught and then shot in the back. They're not going to quite make it. But you can see here, still looking pretty iffy. I do have my General of the Empire, which makes things pretty certain because I can just keep charging in and out. But I just need to rout all these troops left. I still have my Steam Tank. I still have Magic. My Steam Tank hasn't been healed at all, so definitely a powerhouse there. And I've got some Swordsmen and my Warrior Priest. my handgunners came back and are harassing the back lines of the Dwarves. Definitely really close battle. But this kind of shows you how you can use this army, even if, it's not, your enemy kind of counterpicks you, kind of sees what you're doing, but you could still kind of have a chance, if you play it right, and you use your strengths, your heroes, your high mobility, to your advantage. And so it really helped to kind of spread the dwarf out, stop them from using their Rune Lord on more than a couple of units, and with that, you're able to survive the onslaught of the melee rush. You can see here amazing kills on all the Slayers. 66, 112, 132, 93. Definitely a great choice versus my particular anti-dwarf build. I don't know how well this one would fare versus a greatsword rush, but I think it would do pretty well as long as you kept Rune of Wrath and Ruin going, and you had Slayers to fight off the cavalry and stuff. Longbeards with great weapons. But yeah, you can see good kills here on most of these units, 47, 59, 60, even though I was shooting them almost entirely the whole time with my Steam Tank. You can see here, amazing, got a chevron just from shooting up some dwarves, 163 kills on the Steam Tank, still full health, used no healing. Definitely that would have been one of the problems if things had gotten later in the game, is just dealing with that Steam Tank. It's unbreakable, and Slayers don't have too much armor-piercing damage, so they wouldn't be super deadly. You can see here, not very good kills here on the handgunners. When facing dwarves, you kind of expect them to do better. Empire Knights did pretty well, considering where I was charging them in. And, yeah, great kills here on the General of the Empire. The armor-piercing damage is incredible on the Griffin, and so if you let him kind of just tear into some Longbeards, that's going to be his kind of favorite activity. Surprising kills on the Warrior Priest. You don't really see him getting very many, usually. But anyways, good game to my opponent. Very close Pyrrhic victory against the Dwarves. And thanks for watching. That's that.